Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. It feels good to be making videos like this again with that intro and being rather enthusiastic. I'll calm down a bit now. I'm here to talk about BPD and splitting a little bit, right? Been thinking about something. You know, the splitting thing where we decide that something is very, very good, sorry, and then we think it's very, very bad. And we just move in the blink of an eye from one to the other. And we do it mainly with people where we decide that we suddenly hate you because you're a terrible person, whatever. And of course, we leave in our wake broken relationships and crying and upset and hurt and all these things. And we also leave a lot of people who eventually watch my videos and come to me and say, hey, my ex split on me. Are they gonna unsplit on me? And I say, I don't know. It's, we do unsplit. We do unsplit. We realize that we were wrong. And we sometimes unsplit. But there's no guarantee of that, right? And that got me thinking, that's not actually what today's video is about. But it's sound advice. It's, that's what we do. Don't hold your breath waiting for somebody to unsplit on you. And it got me thinking about all the people that I've split on and fallen out with over the years. There are many. And most I have sort of come around on. And whether we're friends again or not is a different thing, right? Because you upset people, you insult people, you hurt people. Just because you've decided you were wrong doesn't mean they forgive you for whatever you did. That's the thing. But, by and large, I'm willing to admit, in most of the cases where I split on somebody, I was in the wrong. That's fine. And hey, that's therapy, right? This is moving on. But it's not all of them, right? It's not all of the cases of people that I split on. There are still some people in the world that I really don't care for. I think, that's one way of putting it. People that I am less than enthused about. People that I would, have split on and remain in that negative position. Years on, by the way, all of these. We're talking, this has gone on for years. Now then, does this not beg the question? Did I really split on these people? Or was I just right? Was it really a split? Or did it just get caught up in all this BPD stuff and all this stuff? You have BPD, you split on people, right? And if you suddenly decided that this person is garbage, then you split on them. What if that person is a garbage person? Is that not that is a possible thing? That is a possible thing that is common and happens a lot to all of us, where we discover that, say, someone we're friends with is actually a total scumbag, and we fall out with them and we remain falling out with them. That's not a mentally ill thing to do. That happens to people in all kinds of relationships all around the world every day. But I have BPD. So I split on people and I do this. So am I actually negating my own reasonable common sense? Am I saying, doing it to myself? I'm using my own mental health against me. Where I say, like, well, I split on these people, I should be able to come back. Why? What if there's a very good reason? And look, when you split on somebody, there is always a very good reason. Right? In air quotes, we think we've got a very good reason. It may be valid, invalid, true, not true, based on something, but, in the moment, we totally believe we're right to make the decision that we do based on the evidence we think we have. Isn't it possible that sometimes I was just right, and I am now, all these years on, still being too hard on myself, and say, no, that person did a bad thing or whatever, and I was right to fall out with them. I'm better off for not having that person in my life anymore. So I made the right decision. Because otherwise, wouldn't I feel bad about it? Wouldn't when I started to feel bad about everyone else that I split on, wouldn't they have all come round with everybody else? But they didn't. I stayed split. I stayed angry. I still have the hatred and all of the bad things I want to say to these people ready to go. Right? So maybe it's not a split. Maybe this is one of those times where the pendulum has swung too far back the other way. I'm overcompensating. I'm trying to blame everything on mental health. And the truth is, some people are assholes. And sometimes I have correctly identified those people as such. Yeah, I had very, very bad numbers of false negatives. What is it? False positives? It's false positives on the asshole radar thing. I was classing too many people as assholes, but that doesn't mean to say that every classification was wrong, does it? So when is a split not a split? When you're actually right about stuff. This is possible. I've got to go a bit easier on myself over this stuff. You have to. We all have to do this now. I've just realized this. I'm dragging you along in my therapy, right? We all have to go easier on ourselves about stuff because sometimes you're right to fall out with people. Sometimes you're right to get rid of people from your life, one way or another. Only good ways. And we just blame everything on BPD. That feels like a dumb thing to do. Or at least the incorrect thing to do. The narcissist in me says that's also the dumb thing. So I'm going to be a bit easier. And I'm not going to classify everything as a split anymore. I'm allowed to think things are bad. I'm allowed to think negative things about things without that being a result of my mental health problems. Healthy people think negative things about some things in the world. You can't like everything and everybody in. Can you? Right? Some people are annoying. Some people are assholes. Some things are bad and don't work and are broken or whatever. It's all right. We just have to make sure we're not doing it all the time. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for your support on Patreon, everybody. Thank you for getting in to the end of this video. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you for making it this far. One-to-ones are available. Check out earlymorningbarking.com and check out earlymorningbarking.com for links to all my other stuff. There's a load of stuff on TikTok and Instagram. I'm very little on Twitter, but I just hate Twitter. It's X now, isn't it? Don't care. It's always going to be Twitter. So there you go. I'll be back with more videos another day. I'll see you later. Bye.